It's just different.
This is E2M Bay Day, I guess. We've made it official. I love it. All right. So I'm gonna hit record for the audio for the podcast. Okay. And welcome back to the Sidebar. It's your boy Dwayne, and it is the Sidebar, and we are back with another interview. The Sidebar, man, is a podcast I created to document my fitness journey, which includes a lot of E2M stuff. So I have a lot of E2M folks come on. Today is a good friend of mine. I actually haven't officially given her nickname, and I'm actually going to give it right now. This is the real REEL Queen, because we participate in remix reels together, and I really have fun doing that. But I have on none other than my sister Nassim. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Thanks so much for having me on.
Oh, this is so much fun. I appreciate you coming on. Definitely. I know I get turned down sometimes, but it's always good to get a yes. So I definitely am grateful for that. All right, Ms. Nassim, I want to start off by letting you kind of share your fitness journey up to E2M. Just kind of talk about that, and then we'll get into things, I guess, after E2M.
Okay, sure. Again, thanks for having me on. So I have been an athlete all my life. So I know we have a lot of E2M family who weren't into sports, and we have people who are collegiate athletes, and we have everybody in between. And so I was not a collegiate athlete, but I played everything. I've done martial arts for many, many years. I played soccer heavily, even as an adult. So even right before the pandemic hit, I was still playing soccer. And then tennis, volleyball, you name it, I've played it.
Nice.
And so I've always been very active. But when life happens, you get married, you're responsible, you have stressful jobs, you're on leadership teams, you have children, life kind of gets in the way, and you squeeze things in. And so that was me. And I was squeezing in everything. I tried squeezing in CrossFit, and I could only sustain it for a couple years. I squeezed in soccer leagues, and I could do it maybe once a week if it didn't coincide with things. So I have tried lots of things. I've tried online platforms, and then the pandemic hit, everything shut down. So all the things I've ever tried are not in the house.
Right.
So all of a sudden I'm home and working remotely like most of the world, and eating and baking and having all 3 meals like with the family, and partaking in libations far more than we were before. And very quickly I became the heaviest I had ever been without being pregnant. So that started to affect my sleep. It started to affect my skin. It affected my mood, and something had to change. So I actually decided to do a different online platform, I won't name it, and get a virtual personal trainer for a few months. It was a buddy of mine starting his own business, I love supporting small businesses, so it really spoke to my heart. And in 12 weeks, I lost 3 pounds.
Interesting.
Which was great. I was like, yes, this is working. But it was draining my bank account, and I was kind of bored because it was just me and this person on a screen. There was no community. There was no competition. I was losing motivation. Now I'm very intrinsically motivated. I'm very disciplined. I couldn't sustain it beyond the 12 weeks. I said, I'm really sorry. I'm glad I supported your business, but I just need something else. So fast forward, and it was almost exactly at the 12-week mark that program was ending, and my friend posted her before and afters.
Nice.
And she does not post pictures like that anywhere, let alone on her social media page. And I was like, well, if it's that good, she's able to do it. And she's an entrepreneurial spirit, and she's a full-time mom and works with little kids, and she can do it in a pandemic. I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to her, and she gave me the details. I signed up right away, and that was November of 2020. And I have never been so fit. So even at the peak of my athleticism, I would say towards the end of high school, early college, I have never looked like this.
Wow.
I have never been as fast, never been as happy in my skin. It is really life-changing.
It is. Wow. So do you want to give that person a shout out, that person that shared?
So Jessica, and she knows I thank her constantly. She literally changed my life with one post, and I don't think she ever intended to reach me personally, right? So we're friends, but we're not super close. And her bravery is, I mean, I will forever be grateful for how she connected me to this community and to me. She connected me to me.
Wow. I love that. And I really wanted to kind of reiterate that, because I know we have a lot of E2M listeners and watchers, especially those that are in those first couple of rounds, sharing your story. You don't know who you're going to bless, whose life you're going to change just by sharing your story. You know, I always shout out my guy, Axel, my barber. You know, he showed me his pictures. You know, I saw it when I walked in. I was like, man, what do? You did something, you know, you looking cut, you looking fit. And I'm super grateful to him. I get to see him a lot, though, because he's my barber. So
yeah, he did great. I mean, I was already in E2M when he joined, and his transformation was just incredible. I mean, I say that, and yet I can say that about thousands and thousands of people. So
exactly.
And what's interesting is we don't know each other. You and I have never met. Most of the people in E2M I've not met, although I did do an E2M road trip last year.
Nice.
And I saw some folks in Jersey that I really wanted to meet. And then I drove down to Richmond and saw members of the Patient Grasshoppers, which was my original group.
Yeah.
In some of these, you talk about your groups.
You're getting right into it. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, I saw my original group that I connected with, and just being able to hug all three members. One lives in Jersey, one lives in Richmond, and one lives in Charlotte.
Wow.
It is really amazing. It's an amazing experience. And then I visited Charlotte, and I got to actually meet Jeff, the founder, creator of the program, and actually work out in his garage.
Yeah, that's a great experience, isn't it?
It is amazing, because who we see on the screen, sometimes you feel like that's not the person in real life, that it's a show. There's nothing about him that is disingenuous. Every ounce of his being wants to make you succeed, no matter who you are. And it's really from the heart, and he gives back to us. He's constantly pouring into us. He's constantly pouring into the community. And for a brief moment, I got to meet his wife as well, Danielle.
Nice.
And the first thing I said to her beyond hello was, thank you for allowing him to pour into us the way he does, because I'm sure is a lot. It was a lot of sacrifice on that family. And I cannot say enough about the trainers. They each in their own way give us everything that they can.
Yeah, no, for that is awesome. I'm glad you went right into it. I love it. I love it. No, that's fine. No, it's perfect. And I ditto everything. The thing about Jeff that I love, his demeanor and his approach is contagious. You know, I find myself, you know, wanting to be a giver, wanting to, you know, pour into the group. You know, I pride myself on getting Facebook, you know, jail from commenting on everybody's, you know, posts. And I get that from him, because he's always, you know, really pushing that. So big hat tip. I call him on this podcast, we call him the genius, or AKA the AKA the Jizza. He's a genius, but I definitely want a hat tip to him. So you already kind of touched on everything that I remember you mentioning, or I read it in a comment. It's funny because I almost feel like I talk to you, when I'm reading your comments or in lives and things. But I remember you mentioning being on the program and getting into maintenance. Talk about that and how that time frame, that transition, and then talk about how this program is sustainable.
Sure, absolutely. So I started November of 2020 as my first round. And in the first 4 weeks, I lost 10 pounds. And so on my frame where I was, for me, that was enough, right? I was essentially already fairly what I thought was fit. Let me clarify. The scale had gone up and I brought that down. But I wasn't as fit as I am today. So let me talk about that. So yes,
Okay.
I met my goal weight very quickly. And so I contacted the coaches and said, look, I'm at my goal weight. They asked me to send pictures. I sent pictures. They agreed I was at a good place. And then I went on maintenance. And so what maintenance does is they help you alter your, I call it a grocery list. I guess it's technically our meal plan, but I think about it as a grocery list because I don't have to think about what to buy every week. I just buy the grocery list. But my grocery list shifted, my meal plan shifted to help me meet my new goals because now weight loss wasn't one of my goals anymore. I just wanted to maintain that weight. And I had other goals, like I was trying to get push-ups and I was trying to get toned and I was trying to be faster and I was trying to increase my cardio time. So I had other goals. And so they help you adjust the meal list and the workouts. So I went into maintenance week 5 of my first round. And then I've been on maintenance ever since. Actually, I did lose about 6 more pounds in that time on maintenance. And they helped me regulate that and get it to where I wanted to be because I did want to shred for the summer, which I did. And yeah, so now my goals are all about consistency. So last year I did 365 and 365, nice. 365 30-minute or more workouts in 365 days. So one workout a day, basically, of intentional movement. So I achieved that. And then right away, people wanted to do it again this year. So I'm actually still doing 365 and 365.
I love it.
So I have been working out continuously since I think December 19th of 2020.
Wow. That is amazing. That's one of my goals, the 365, for sure. I think I may be able to hit it because I remember I was actually trying to close my rings or do at least 1,000 calorie, burn 1,000 calories kind of thing. I can't. I know I had. Yeah, I won't be able to get it because I had COVID in August. Yeah, so I had to catch it on the other side. But I love that, and the fact that you can set other goals. Once you hit that. Yeah, once you hit that, target weight or whatever, and you talked about getting shredded for the summer. I seen the recent pictures. You are definitely headed in that direction. I was like, man, that make me want to just say, maybe want to put my shirt back on.
So I shredded for last summer, and that was a really interesting experience because my body's never done that, and I'm in my 40s.
Right.
I have 2 children. Even I'm a C-section mom. So I have all the things, right? And my body's done lots of interesting things over the years. So what's interesting now is coming into the winter, when your metabolism is high, because the way they do the meals and the workouts, your metabolism actually stays really high. You can stay pretty cut year round now. So I say I'm going to shred again, but if tomorrow you decided to send me to the beach, I would be fine.
I love it. Yes.
And that's what's sustainable because we get the body positivity is so strong in the group that technically it doesn't matter what you look like. If you
that is so true.
Wearing yourself with confidence, it is going to show. You are going to be glowing and you're going to be beautiful. And I think this program is so positive that it also helps the mental part
for sure
of finding yourself and being confident. And no other program has counselor, psychologist, and yoga and Zumba and spin and HIIT and weights and
Right.
seated workouts if you're unable to do the up and down, and banded workouts, and then every round they keep adding more. So I guess this time we've got like cardio kickboxing, and so I paid what, $320
One time.
And every day that I stay in the program, I get more value because
Yes.
that 320 is now divided across more and more days. It is
amazing
to me. So that's our, as you know, and I'm hoping your listeners understand that it is really magical no matter who you are.
Exactly. No, that's great. And it's funny that you went into the things that we have. I remember when I do lives and I'm talking about the program, you always helping me out. It's like, don't forget, we got a nutritionist. We got this. Like, yeah, thanks, Nassim. I be forget. Because it's so much. We offer so much that it's I mean, that's something to say when you forget all the things that you offer or that you're receiving from this program. And so before we get ready to, I guess, kind of the exit, I want to talk about the community. You kind of touched on it a little bit about different groups, just your experience with the community in E2M and the E2M bays and how y'all just, y'all just take over the whole thing. But talk about that experience and how that's been helpful with your journey.
Sure. So it is the critical component. And I think I said this early on, is I had a personal trainer, like one-on-one for 12 weeks. I was doing all sorts of things virtually, and I'm not trying to compare programs, but the biggest difference for me is the accountability. When I'm not awake, my phone is buzzing so much at 4:45 in the morning, saying like, where, like you said you were coming, we're on the ride, or we're about to get on. And then, okay, there are times where either you oversleep, your body needs rest, whatever. Somebody throughout the day is going to ping you and say, where are you? I haven't seen your selfie yet. Like, how are you doing? Everything okay? There is a lot of value because there's also learning from each other. We chat all day. So the E2M babes, that's going off all day. And, we're not sitting around doing nothing and just texting each other, which I'm sure some people think we are. We work and we do all
shots fired. I think that was shot at Matt.
I've met Matt in person, actually. But there's but I also have other kinds of groups. So I have led teams. Yeah. Both 10-person teams and also 5-person teams. My own new Gs always get their own group because their kinds of concerns, questions, issues, I put them in their own messenger thread, and then they can connect, which is amazing. And
I do that too. I didn't know anybody else was doing that. I do that too.
So I definitely do that. And then of course I'm a part of all sorts of challenges. So right now we've got the 365 and 365 group. So there's a set of us who are trying to achieve this goal. And quite frankly, for those of you who are listening, and even for you, if something happens this year, getting to 90% of that goal is incredible. Getting to 80% of that goal, because if you think about what you were doing before, this is substantially more. And quite frankly, every day I wake up and I think, on days that I'm not motivated and discipline has to kick in, I wake up and think, today is not the day I'm going to mess up that tread. Like today is not the day. I am going to do something productive for me that is movement focused.
I love it.
And so the accountability is really, really special. And the groups come and go. So let me also say that. So you're not married to the group. So if something ends up being a fit for that moment and your goals change or your time changes or the group shifts, you just shift to a different one. There's so many like-minded people in the group that you can find your niche and be in a safe, good space for you.
Awesome. Love it. That is how you should end the show right there. You knocked it out the park. You was nervous talking about going after Dr. P. You knocked it out the park. That is awesome. I love it. So, you actually just kind of answered my last question, but I guess want to be more direct for anybody listening, thinking about joining the program. What would be your words to them?
So here's what I would say. I would say take a calendar and look at how healthy truly you ate clean, you got movement in, you spent time on your mental health and well-being, you spent time reflecting on yourself. For the previous 8 weeks, how many days did you do it? And then look at your calendar for the next 8 weeks and you'll see a blank calendar. That's your opportunity to do better than you did the previous 8 weeks. And so what I would say to you is life is going to be busy. We will always have holidays. We will always have birthdays. We will always have family gatherings. We will always have work events. Somebody is inevitably going to bring pizza and donuts to
Every
you.
time.
There's always going to be temptation. There's always going to be busyness. But if you can do 1 more day better, 10 more days better, 3 weeks better. So if you're looking at your calendar thinking, oh, well, we've got a spring break trip coming up, I can't do the March round. Let me ask you, are you going to give up your health for 5 days of not being on the plan as opposed to 51 other days in that 8 weeks that you could be killing it? Are you going to give up the 8 weeks? And if not, sign up. You don't have to be 100%. You just have to be better than yesterday.
Wow. Yes. I'm going to sign up again. You got me excited.
I love it so much. And you don't even have to sign up again. You sign up once.
You in. I don't even have to sign up again. So awesome. Thank you, Nassim. I think I might have to make you a regular. Like, we're going to have to put you on the calendar. This was fun. I really appreciate your time. And to the SideBAR listeners, make sure you guys, I don't know when this is going to actually come out, but whenever it comes out, make sure you go and you sign up for E2N. We would love to have you. You get to hang out and be with fun people like Miss Nassim and all the many other awesome guests I've had so far. So you guys have a good one, and we'll check you next time.
Thank you so much.
All right. Facebook Live is blowing up. What's up, folks, on Facebook Live? I see Franklin is in here. Said Nassim is the best. Mona said she's awesome. March 3rd. We love
our babes.
Yeah, the babes always, they everywhere. So shout out to you guys checking out the live. Thank you guys. And we're going to sign off there.
It's just different.